you are now able to extrude shapes in DaVinci Resolve Fusion. You can do these sort of things with the 3D extrude effect in DaVinci Resolve. This new effect, it's pretty cool. Now let me show you how it works. First of all, on a basic level, what you need for the extrude to work is an S or a shape, right? They've also added a new polygon shape, which allows you to basically draw any type of shape that then you can use on your project or whatever. Now there's a little bit of a limitation when you want to use the new extrude tool. Let me show you. So what I want to do here is I want to have a rectangle. So we're going to add an S rectangle here as our main shape first of all, and we're going to press 2. And this is how it looks when you extrude these. So we're going to go to the extrude and then we can extrude these. Now, if we want our logo to be here as the texture of these, basically, what you need is, well, your logo. This is just a media in here that I dragged in there. So I'm just gonna connect these here. Now, that's where the main issue that comes up when working with these Extrude 3D happens. Now, there is a little bit of a workaround if you want to solve this. And for that, what you want to do is go to your media in section and we want to add a background node and we're going to press Ctrl T. If this deforms it, you want to go to image and then set this up to be the same as your logo or your image, or basically just like a square resolution. In this case, 1080 by 1080 and should fix fine. Now, on the extrude, you're still not going to be able to see these properly, but you can go to the rectangle here and you can adjust these size right here. But then everything just becomes smaller because it's just a texture that's applied on top of it. So what can we do? The first thing you can do is go to your merge node if you don't want to add another transform node, and we're going to increase the size of our shape. If we want our shape to cover the edges, basically you want to make these really big, and that's when it starts to actually affect the 3D space, right? If we want it to be like that. Since our logo right here has a little bit of a curvature, you can go to the rectangle and then adjust the corner radius and then play around with that, and there you have your cool sort of like logo, right? Now, if you would rather not have it be like that, but you want to have like a different color that's in between, what you can do is just make these as big as you can and then go to the rectangle section here and then adjust the corner radius so that it fits properly within the space of your logo. That's how you can add that in between section. The only thing is that if you want to change the color of this background, what you can do is go to this background right here, and here you can change this and add a gradient or any sort of thing that you like for your project. So that is how it works if you want to add a PNG image. Now let's go into the cooler part, which is using an SVG and then animating that. I'm not going to actually animate this whole thing because I'm going to let you do that. But if you want, I can actually share the project's files for this little animation on the SUALVI website. But you have to let me know down in the comments. So when your logo is an SVG, in this case, we have this little icon of this little bird that we all recognize, right? And if you want to animate this with the extrude, what you have to do is actually change or transform every single path right here into a polygon shape. So the fastest way to do this is by adding a polygon. So we're gonna press Ctrl spacebar and find a polygon, and then it's just gonna look like an empty thing. To copy the path, some people might tell you that you have to publish these and all that, but all you have to do is actually just select your path, Ctrl C, then go to this polygon. Now here where it says right click here for shape animation, right click and then paste settings. That's gonna copy that same path that we have here. And don't worry, the only reason why it's looking differently right here is because of the resolution of these, which is 500 by 500, and we have this plane right here that's 1920 by 1080. So let's take a look with this other one. For example, press Ctrl C, go to this polygon, and then paste the settings, and that will copy that shape that we can see here. Now this is not in the 3D space yet, but then what you will want to do after you copy these for every section of your logo is add the extrude, which brings it into the 3D space. And then here you can actually just adjust the size of it and then connect them all with a merge 3D like I did here. And if we take a look at these right now, I've actually made them have a little bit of a different value to all of them, right? And then you can also animate the different extrusion levels here, like I did with the nose here. I guess you could call it nose, I don't know. And if you want to animate the actual polygons here, like the eyes, what I did was I animated this polygon right here by just adjusting the position of the polygon. If you press 2 on it, you can see it moving right there, like that. And at the end, I just added a transform 3D to add that little spinning animation. So yeah, don't be afraid to experiment with these. It does take a little bit of work to organize everything, but once you get used to it, you'll probably become really fast and more efficient when you want to do some 3D extruded sections or animations with your logos and icons and elements. So yeah, that is it for this video. Check them out and then let me know your thoughts in the comments. Enjoy. Come back tomorrow for more.